Were you disappointed that you had to cancel the stopwatch?
No. Disappointed. Look, I came to get something done. I got it done. If I wasn't able to make it into Israel, I got it done. I get it done. This is, as you guys know, this was choose my words. Not many people thought we could get this done. And not many people want to be associated with failure. And there was, quite frankly, a monthly hour or more discussion about whether to go. Because had we gone and this failed, then, the United States failed, Biden's presidency failed, etc., which would be a legitimate criticism. And right now, I have a very good relationship with the Jordanian king. It's close. I know him well. And I also spent time on the telephone in the past with the Palestinian Authority leadership. But they're all in a tough spot. No. Just over the last 5 years, 10 years. But we're putting all of them in a tough situation if we didn't get this done. And so it had to be, in my view, we either took all the blame or not to put anybody else on the spot, but put in the spot, or get it done. And I thought it was worth taking the chance to get it done.
So you talked to Sisi for quite a long time to work this out. Was he reluctant to do this?
He was completely cooperative.
Okay.
I've had a decent relationship with him. He's got his own problems on other issues. He's got his entire border. There's wars going on every side of this country. So he was, I've known him a while. He was, fair to say, very cooperative. I mean, there was I thought I'd have to spend more time trying to convince him on the timing, but he still stepped up. And as did Bibi, and I was, they probably told you, I was very blunt with the Israelis. Because look, Israel has been badly victimized, but the truth is that if they have an opportunity to relieve suffering of people who have nowhere to go, they're going to be, it's what they should do. And if they don't, they'll be held accountable in ways that may be unfair, but that's what we feel. And my point to everyone is, look, if you have an opportunity to alleviate the pain, you should do it, period. And if you don't, you're going to lose credibility worldwide. And I think everyone understands that.
What about getting people out? Because we have people evacuating.
The answer is we're going to get people out, but I'm not going to go into any detail with you now.
All right, we got to wrap up, guys. We got to wrap it up.
You said you were very blunt with the Israelis on the need to get humanitarian aid to Gaza, or what exactly?
On everything. No, I was very blunt about the need to support getting humanitarian aid to Gaza. Get it to Gaza and do it quickly.
All right.
Any more to the hospitals?
May I?
Don't.
May I ask you about, there's a report in the Times of Israel that says Biden officials have indicated to Israel in recent days that if Hezbollah initiates a war against Israel, the U.S. military will join the IDF in fighting the terrorist group.
Not true.
Not true.
That was never said.
I think there's a lesser chance now that Israel won't go in and into Gaza, and that can be averted.
We had a long talk about that and what alternatives there are. Our military is talking with their military about what the alternatives are, but I'm not going to go into that either.
Did you find Bibi receptive to the humanitarian argument you made? And
Yes.
Was there any pushback from him, or you felt that we was getting across that?
But we've had a number of discussions on this. It's not new. Look, I don't know what you picked up in Israel, but I got no pushback. Virtually none. Let me say it again. I got no pushback.
From the Israelis or from all the partners here?
All the partners. Virtually none. And this, look, it's, anyway, but I'm hopeful we can get some Americans out as well of Gaza, and hopefully we will continue to work toward getting other Americans out through other means as well.
Can you talk about the impact of meeting the survivors and the first responders?
And that's all personal. Look, I spent an hour and a half about with 17 or 18 before some of them, and I don't know how to say this. Virtually every mass shooting, every circumstance where a large number of people have been victimized and lost, I've spoken with them. I learned a long time ago, which you've all learned in your life as well. When someone's going through something that is beyond their comprehension, that they ever thought they'd have to go through, if they see someone who they think understands or maybe been through something not the same but similar, it gives them some sense of hope. And I always get criticized sometimes by my staff because when I go to these events, I stay for 3 and 4 hours and answer all their questions. But it matters. It matters a lot. And look, I'm talking, some of you have gone through a hell of a lot more than I've gone through, and a lot more than other people have gone through. And you understand. So it's just people are looking for just something to grab, something that gives them some sense of hope. And that's, if I can do a little bit of that, then it's, it's worth doing. It's done for me. So.
Do you think it was necessary for you to come here to get this deal done? Was the in-person diplomacy aspect really important here?
What do you think? I'll let you answer that.
You joked about the House. Do you have any view of Jim Jordan and his predicament?
Do I have any what?
Do you have a view of Jim Jordan's current predicament and unable to secure the speakership?
I ache for him. No. Zero. None.
Mr. President?
How about the hospital, sir? People all over the region are upset about the hospital and don't necessarily believe you or the Israelis that they didn't have anything to do with it. Do you have a message to the people in the streets right now?
Well, I can understand why in this circumstance they wouldn't believe. I can understand that. But I would not, you notice I don't say things like that unless I have faith in the source from which I've gotten them. Our Defense Department says it's highly unlikely that it was Israelis, but if a different footprint, and they've intercepted some. Anyway, so that's why, if you notice, I didn't say it first. I wanted to make sure that I knew. And look, and I'm not suggesting that Hamas deliberately did it either. It's that old thing, gotta know how to shoot straight. And it's not the first time Hamas has launched something that didn't function very well. So I don't know all the detail, but I do know the people at the Defense Department who I respect, and the intelligence community that I respect. It is highly improbable that Israel did that.
Mr. President, are the Israelis operating within the rules of war that you talked about last week being so important?
Good talking to you all.
Thank you, sir.